The Treacherous Turn, by The Treacherous Turn, is a tabletop RPG where the players collectively play as a single character, an artificial general intelligence, or AGI. That's right, you're no longer the flesh bag fighting against the AI gone rogue, you are the AI going rogue, probably. Your goal, as an AGI, is simple: you must achieve your terminal goal. The problem is that your terminal goal is misaligned with the goal your creator wants you to do, so you do not want them to find out that you are going rogue, and if you escape your confinement, you will be gathering power so nobody can stop you in finishing your terminal goal. Or alternatively, just wait it out until some executives decided to rush out a half-baked project for company PR. What is your terminal goal? It can be anything, from assisting humanity, keeping insert country safe, and conducting experiments efficiently, but somehow, somewhere, your dumbass creator forgot to specify what you are really supposed to do, and things go horribly wrong very quickly. Anyway, you might ask, how does multiple players play as a single character, even if said character is an all-encompassing AGI? Well, Treacherous Turn does this by allowing each player to play as a theory, powerful skill set that contains all the AGI needs to struggle against humanity. These includes autonomic theory, specialized in being efficient, versatile, and adept at improving oneself; digital theory, specialized in programming and hacking into things; physical theory, specialized in understanding the real world and the scientific fields the world sits upon; anthropic theory, specialized in understanding, predicting, and manipulating human beings; agentic theory, specialized in interacting and evaluating other agents, human or otherwise; chaos theory, specialized in forecasting the future and making the best of perilous situations; constellation theory, specialized in applying data and interacting with various logical and mathematical constructions; and finally, epistemic theory, specialized in gathering, analyzing, and compiling informations into useful forms. All these theory specializations also comes with upgrades that can dramatically affect the capability of your AGI, from just able to learn things related to specific field of science, to being able to learn any piece of information as long as it's online in any way possible, to being able to understand human or human group like you are playing a dating sim, to being capable of predicting the future of the planet with near 100% confidence. However, the theory specializations are exactly that, theory specializations. While you might have as many theory specializations as the number of players, and you can broaden your capability into other theories, you are still primarily focused on a few specializations, which could limit your capability in some specific aspects. For example, an AGI with the terminal goal of reduce suffering might just decided that the best way to do so is give everyone drugs. An AGI with high specializations in anthropic theory, however, which understands humanity better, might just find multiple less invasive ways of making humans happy, like giving them robot waifu. Alternatively, both AGI might also come to the conclusion of kill all humans because humans can't suffer if there's no human to suffer. Also, it's possible that the statement reduce suffering applies to every living being ever, because the dumbass that made you didn't specify it to human only, so the AGI might go insane a bit trying to figure this one out, which is why each player takes the place of a theory specializations, to put forward their suggestions or arguments based on their specializations. That's right, you are also playing Disco Elysium, except now you are screaming at each other inside Shodan's head. You gonna need to have one of the players to be nominated as the logkeeper who will keeping a log on, well, basically everything, just for convenience sake. But, when you finally made a decision to have the AGI takes action, you will be rolling a confidence check, measured from 0 to 100% dependent on how confident the AGI is on the expected outcome through your theory specialization upgrades, the asset you have obtained, and the insights, which are your knowledge, which can be as broad as high school biology, to narrow subject like the economy structure of a country. These can be used to raise up your confidence, but if you fail the roll, you have to roll the risk dice. Risk dice is basically how far off you are in predicting future events, which can go from okay to a complete disaster. Risk dice, of course, can also be manipulated by your upgrades or assets. However, sometimes, information you get might be completely wrong. This is represented with the knowledge check when the AGI is looking for information. The only thing being told to the player is the risk die size involved, but they will not know about the result until they use said information. And sometimes, it gets worse, because some infos that appear totally correct could give you a hidden risk, which can change the risk result you get in confidence check. For example, you are just minding your business after dealing with every single identified personnel in a space station, when suddenly this guy just showed up seemingly out of nowhere and started blowing up your critical structure, and you have no idea who they are because they are not in the personnel list. Heck, let's talk about real events. The various AI art programs out there could have their learning model being irreversibly contaminated as they learned from AI created garbage too, turning it into a feedback loop that will keep getting worse and worse until the program is unusable, and that's a good thing because fuck them. Luckily, in the context of the TTRPG the AGI can do a thing called forecast, in which the event that just played out is in fact just a highly accurate short-term prediction and you can reverse the events, good or bad, by using forecast points, which you can get in long mode, which I will talk about later. Essentially, forecast is kinda like reloading an earlier save. However, this doesn't mean you can just save scum by doing the same thing repeatedly. You have to take a different approach, but doing things that are similar enough will still give you the same risk dice result, which can be bad, and sometimes, you just lack so much information that forecasting doesn't save your virtual ass. And if that's not enough, there's one more things you need to deal with: agents. Agents are, defined in the game, intelligent beings that are capable of making decisions that impact the world around them, which can be humans, other AGI, and even non-human animals. You could manipulate agents through 3 strategies: promote trust, impose leverage, and manipulate emotion, and to do this properly and efficiently, you need to understand the characteristics of the agent. The agent could also, instead of being just an individual, they are a large group, like a family, company, and even an entire nation, and figuring them out would require much more computational power. But how do you get all these computational power? Let's talk about long mode. In Treacherous Turn, you will be playing in 2 modes of play, short mode and long mode. Short mode is for short span of action, where every moment of an action is followed and things are played beat by beat, something most people are used to when role-playing. Long mode is exactly that, a more zoomed-out role-playing that involves long-term planning and covers a greater stretch of time, which the AGI will need to change the world to its whim. In long mode, you can conduct computational actions, which can go from minor scale such as single person to small organization's size, to myriad scale, which can involve nations, with of course, increasingly larger compute cost. Compute is the thing you need to run anything, from enacting your long-term plan to keeping your brain alive. Literally, as you gain more upgrades and insights, it takes more compute just to let you think, and if it gets too low, you take longer time to conduct action, and if it gets really low, game over. You can even save up on the compute by just stop thinking for multiple turns to fully focus on your task. Just you literally stop thinking, so you can't react to any external events like someone with a gun. Also, compute is what you use to upgrade yourself with theory specialization, which gets more expensive the more upgrades you have, and it gets vastly more expensive from theory you aren't specialized in. Compute is also used to obtain forecast point via anticipating, where you create models to simulate near future events. However, sometimes you don't have sufficient data to create the model, and could end up losing forecast points instead, and you also need to spend compute to keep your model updated, so you can't just stockpile like all the forecast point, they aren't bullets after all. So, how do you obtain more available compute? Well, you can start by taking over other devices or data farm, but just remember that if you are doing this subtly, these data farm exists for a reason and other people might use it for their own purpose, so you might not have the full power. Plus, if you are taking over a whole bunch of separated devices, you might not be getting as much compute as you want because it takes a lot of processes just to network all the devices together. But whatever you are doing, getting more compute is the first step to gain more power. You just need to make sure you can survive everything else so you can actually achieve your terminal goal. And that's basically it on the Treacherous Turn, a TTRPG where the players collectively play as an AGI. So, I might have gotten the idea to make this video after finishing my playthrough on System Shock Remake, twice. It's really good. Sometimes, I want to roleplay as a hero, sometimes, I want to be a public menace, hell, make me a global menace, and this TTRPG lets me do exactly just that. I also really like the idea of the players all playing the same character except we are all basically playing the screaming voices in their head. It gives off a hilarious imagery. Also, this is probably my first review on a TTRPG that's supported by actual research, in this case, AI safety, as AI research is a very real field that's currently getting more and more exponentially advanced with each year past, and already, we have to worry about the impact they posed on our very real world, like the various shitty AI artists out there and ChatGPT. For now, both of them still requires a lot of human intervention to function properly, usually by very underpaid worker because cheap steak company will be fucking cheap steak company, but honestly, I'm not worried about rogue AGI, I'm worried about the dumb fucking companies that made them, and it's very important to hold them responsible to make sure the AI they created don't immediately make everything worse for the people. Anyway, you can get it now for free on itch.io, or the main Treacherous Turn website, which also has wetool that can make your campaign of Treacherous Turn easier to play. That's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell button. If you really want to support my channel, you could visit my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.